All right, I don't have a job, I don't have a home, but I have a one-way ticket to Tasmania. That's what I love. The beginnings are always difficult, especially the first night in a new place. So in my case, almost every night, because almost every night I stay in a new place. When I don't know the place I stay at, automatically I don't know what kind of sounds I'll hear at night, and these always sound scarier when it's dark. For example, imagine that you're nearly falling asleep and all of a sudden, for the first time in your life, you hear a possum that is standing right next to your tent. Or for example, you hear fairy penguins and you had no idea of their existence in a given place. Or, for example, you've never met a tame kangaroo before, and suddenly you just blink and your last food supplies are no longer yours. They say travels educate. It is so damn true. I have never learned so much about myself as I have while traveling the way I do. Because is there any more important lesson than knowing your capabilities, your limits, your strengths? Benjamin Franklin once said, "Most men die at 25, but they get buried at 75. Why do we postpone implementation of our plans and desires? Maybe we seek for a better moment. But the truth is, there is no better moment than now. It is always about fear of failure, fear of unknown, or fear of rejection, depending on what your case might be. And now I will tell you my secret that I've learned from my experiences. The reward is always directly proportional. As big your fear is, as good it feels when you achieve it. Another crucial thing is to develop my daily routine. Of course, breakfast first. A good day always starts with a tasty and nutritious meal. Only then packing up. In the first few days, everything takes way too long before I get my right rhythm. After some time, when everything is sorted out, my only duty is to feed my eyes with these views and obviously keep pedaling, since I still have to somehow get to these places. Another important lesson I've learned is how to plan my adventure, or actually, how to not plan it. I tried a few times to make a plan and stick to it, and it never worked, or the result wasn't as I expected it to be. That's the problem with expectations. The more of them I do have, the easier it is to be disappointed. So I got rid of them. That gives me more room for things that come up unexpectedly. That's exactly what happened with Flinders Island. I've heard about its existence, but I was convinced that getting there with a bike would be beyond my logistic skills. Sometime later, I met people at the campsite who were there with their camper. It turned out that all you had to do was to call the company and book ferry. When I looked at the map, I was 3 days away from the city which the ferry departs from. I contacted the office asking for the next ferry and the return after 3 days. The office lady said she was sorry, but the ferry departs only once a week. In that, I can either stay there the entire week or come back the next day. So I stayed there for a week, and that was still not enough. I really needed more. Once my desire was created, the opportunity automatically appeared. A classic example of meeting the right person at the right time. After the expedition ended, I went back to the island for almost 2 months. I've been thinking a lot about difficult moments, since I have them here from time to time. When I do difficult things, I'm very rarely in the mood to film myself or pose for cute photos. Nobody wants to remember difficult moments. We prefer memories from the very top, with our arms spread as we were the heroes of a story. But the truth about difficult moments is, they make victory way more joyful. Even if it's just for a little while. As reaching the top makes us immediately realize that there are many other peaks to conquer. I do remember very clearly when it all started. Early in my adult life, each time I had a shitty day, I rather preferred to go back home, Google the phrase, most beautiful places in the world, and imagine that I am the one who is there and taking photos of those places. Now, years later, I still practice my ritual. The difference is that this time I don't need Google for that. I can either look out the window or travel through my memories.